Hello everybody and welcome to the Strategic Planning video series where we are on number 5, and today we're going to talk about the data. Yeah, all of our favorite subjects ever. I'm not a big fan. I don't like to sit and do data entry, but the thing that I love about data is that it tells me the story of what is going on, and I can help forecast a little bit better. So let's look at everything that needs to go into a data compilation, and I'm going to speed through a lot of it because there is a ton here. I do not intend to overwhelm you, and I will create some sort of a download to go with it. I'll let you know when it's out there. Take notes. Ready? First step. Mind your P's and Q's. So traditionally we had the 4 P's of business, which is also your marketing mix. Now it's up to 7. 7. Almost 8. 7. So I'm going to zip through these. You've got product, promotion, price, place, people, process, and physical evidence. Did you get all that? All right, real quick. Product or service, what are you providing to the marketplace? Promotion, how are you going to get that out there? That is your marketing plan. How are you going to do that through media, paid media, owned, the stuff that you own, your own content, or do you earn that media? So those are the elements that go into the promotion. What is your pricing model? So we're 3P, pricing model. And are you going to do sales? How are you going to structure that? What are your margins? All of that information goes into your price. Place, how are you distributing that? Like, where are you going to house this product or service, and how are you going to distribute that? People, we're going to get a little bit more into that here in a moment. We're going to circle back around on that one because it's a little bit more broken out, which I love this part. Process. What are the processes that you're using to get the word out and get the product or service to the market? That's your processes. And then physical evidence. So we used to call it, I think, packaging, but it's also because of the whole digital realm, we are also talking about presentation. So think about how somebody sees it and touches it and just feels it tangibly. That's the physical evidence of this product or service coming to life. So then those are your 7 P's. Okay, got all that? You're going to add an 8th P. You want your revenue in there. You want to know what you as a business has already been doing. That's your profit and loss statement. Okay, so you want to have your information in there too based on your own activity. Now, from there, we're going to go into Q's. Keep it up. So we've got 7 to 8 P's. Now we're going to Q's. Q's is quantitative and qualitative. Quantitative is real simple. It's all the numbers, all the basic data. That's driving all of this basic information. Qualitative is very feeling oriented. So let's go back to people for a second. So your people is broken into the people that we hire to help grow our business, the people who we partner with strategically to help grow the business out there, as well as the people who participate, actually buy our service or goods. So we have to take all these people into consideration. So when we're talking about qualitative things, we're talking about how these people are reacting and feeling when they're exposed to what we're doing and what we're providing the marketplace. So when we're also talking about qualitative, we want to focus as well on a SWOT analysis. I love saying SWOT analysis. It's been one of my favorite phrases ever in marketing. It's just fun to say, but it's broken out into strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Strengths and weaknesses are internal, opportunities and threats are external. So when we're really breaking this kind of stuff down and analyzing ourselves, our internal business, strengths and weaknesses, into the external. When we get to weaknesses, who really wants to talk about what's the weak parts? But we need to, because I need to know and understand, is that weakness going to keep me from that opportunity that could be out there? Will my strength overcome a threat? So that's how I use the SWOT, is to basically say, okay, I got this. I don't got that. Like, we might want to stay away from that one. So it kind of gives me a much better picture of what I know I can handle. Then, we've talked about qualitative, quantitative SWOT. Because of the threats that are in the SWOT, we really need to work on a competitive analysis. We kind of need to know what's going on in our industry as well as the competition out there. My industry is is in really professional development. It's getting it. My industry is people. Is getting you to see the potential that you have, and then figuring out the plan for you to actually bring some of that potential to life, and then, you know, go on to the next step. This is why I do these videos like this, is because I'm giving this one away. This is important to me to give to you. So that's part of what I do. People are my industry. So I need to know about consumer behavior. I need to know about professional development. I need to know all these industries. I need to know speaking industry and training and development and consulting. And so I look at all of my competition, not just locally here in the Louisville area, and not just regionally from all the way, you know, the 65 corridor, the East Coast or anything. I'm also looking at internationally. So I've got some big names that I'm following out there. I want to see what they do because they're in my industry and they're where I want to go. And they're very far ahead of me. And there might be a few things that I could kind of use that would work for me. That's how I look at that. So it's important to take a step back and look at what your industry is doing a little bit of a competitive analysis so that you can tie all this stuff together and figure out where you are. The beautiful thing about using data is twofold. One, it tells you your starting point. We've gone through the strategic plan to the point of we know where we want to go. We have our vision statement. We have all our foundational statements. We're feeling pretty good about our strategic objectives, and we've set some goals of what we want to do to get there. But the thing is, if we don't know a starting point, it's really hard to get to California if you don't know where you're starting from. It could be from Romania or it could be from Louisville, Kentucky. Who knows? The data knows. The data can tell you exactly where you're starting from. The data also gives you confidence. It does. It really, really does. Because it is telling you a tangible story of where you are and how far you've come. Because if you've kept your data long enough, you have this chronological history that tells this story of what you've accomplished through your goals and meeting your objectives and things like that. So it's no longer just about feeling a certain way. Your data brings your feeling into tangible evidence. So data is very, very important. Get your data down. Mind your P's and Q's. Do your SWOT. Look at your competition in your industry. You can keep it as simple or as complicated as possible, but I would highly advise get as much data as you can. And with that concludes this video of the Strategic Planning Experience. Thank you so very much for watching this long. If you have any questions or comments, please include them in the comment section from whatever platform this is getting posted in. And I appreciate your time tremendously. Go be strategic.